That's a big stack of hay. It's hard to appreciate with a sports camera just how big it is. This Insta360 Ace Pro is very similar to a GoPro in many respects, although I personally like this one better, especially in low light photography. Now my old GoPro had infinite zoom, so you could make it a little zoom or all the way zoom with your finger, but it was very clumsy, and in the water, like when I was in the Mediterranean in a kayak, for example, it was just clumsy. I haven't had this one in the salty water yet. Some people recommend buying the waterproof case for it to protect it. The doors on this, they don't look like they seal as well as the GoPro. I think it's this one is waterproof to be sure, up to I don't know how many meters, but it'll be good enough for what I do. There's very little way to convey how this bike feels with the new Bucklows air forks. The XMC Sun Tours were the factory, came with the bike. Wonderful forks, actually. I think they're very good, but these weigh 1.6 kilos less and are infinitely adjustable. The rebound is very controllable, from dead slow to just having no resistance at all. And the top has this ABS control that allows you to adjust how much spring you have in the fork, and it goes from all the way loose, which is where it is right now, to locking out the fork, which I think is silly. I mean, I don't see why you have a suspension fork and then lock it out. I suppose there could be an application for it, but I've never had it. Just like this suspension dropper seat post, I won't be without at least some kind of suspension, and this XLC suspension dropper seat post does a great job. It might be a little bit on the firm side, and I just recently realized that I can use my SKS tire gauge to check the pressure. It's good up to 10 bar, so provided that there's less than 10 bar in the seat post cylinder, I should be able to check it out. I did with the front fork. I wanted to know how much air pressure I actually had, and I gave it a shot and learned that 105 psi is ideal for me. If you're wondering where I am and what I'm doing, I'm not all that sure, but I'm going in the right general direction. I just never paid any attention to this development before. And this is called Villanueva de la Torre, and it's an interesting town. I just never really gave it much thought. I always look at the oldest buildings because they seem to have the most personality. Well, this bike keeps evolving, so we put on the Bucklow's air suspension fork, the XLC upper seat post, I changed out the front rotor from the Shimano Icetech 180 to a SRAM centerline 180. I also have the same rotor, the same centerline 180 in the back, and I'm really happy with these brakes. Now these are mechanical brakes. These are TRP Spires. They're not going to be as powerful as hydraulics. However, I don't do front wheel stands, and I can lock up the wheels just fine. In fact, when I look at the little O-ring on the front fork, the most movement I get from it is when I stop quickly. Then it really compresses a lot. I like this fork. It may not be as robust as the RockShox Judy that I was looking at, and I would definitely prefer the RockShox Judy, but I didn't want to spend twice as much money on an experiment. And what I mean by an experiment is buying a 1 1/8 straight head tube RockShox Judy fork with dropouts might find themselves obsolete in a few months or a year, because I might want through axles and the tapered head tube. So I didn't want to spend too much money. This bike will accept 44 millimeter cups, which means that I can go to a tapered fork, 1 1/8 to 1 1/2. I don't know if it matters a hell of a lot for this kind of riding. One thing I did notice is the bike seems more playful with the Smart Sam rear tire. It's still a 27.5 2.8, but it is a very different tire. Now, I like the Tough Tom. It's actually designed for the front wheel, and I'm sure it would do a very good job with the big lugs, and it has nice supple sidewalls. It would be a great front tire. Nevertheless, I've been running it in the back since I built this bike, and it now has I'm not sure, about 4,500 kilometers, 49, I don't know. I can look. $4,667. The bicycle computer lives on the front mudguard for a couple of reasons. One is I can't see it when it's on the handlebars because I'm a bit myopic. And the second reason is there's no real estate. Between the camera, the dropper seat post, which is new, but nevertheless, that takes up real estate, and the Garmin, there's just really not a lot of room on the handlebars. So I've been putting the computer on the front mudguard for years. Actually, my gravel bike has it the same way for pretty much the same kinds of reasons. And so does this one. I just like it. Plus, it's kind of novel because most people never would have thought of it. A fringe benefit that I didn't think about was the headlight. When the headlight's on, which is directly above it, it illuminates the cat eye, and I can see the numbers bright as day. Well, we're back in MECO, but I'm not going to go up to the town square. The square that I stop at is called Ramon e Cajal, which is also some very, very famous Spanish doctor. So there's a hospital named after them in Madrid. It's the main hospital, and the town square here is also named after them. So I'm going to go off and enjoy this new rotor, dropper seat post, Bucklow's air suspension fork, and Smart Sam rear tire. I think these are all, I don't know if the tires particularly an improvement or the rotor, because there was nothing wrong with the Ice Tech. It was very, very good, and it still is. If I damage this one for some reason, I have a backup now. But it is about 80% gone. We're just coasting in gravity. It says stop. I think that's a good place to cut this.